Here we go, just one more block. There's one, there's two, and timber! There she goes. What a beautiful sight. Hello survivors, Faction 43 Gaming here, playing 7 Days To Die on the Xbox. This is the second of the videos operating out of the compound base. Today we are going to be looking at 3 of the top POIs in Neversgain map. And we are heading to the west coast of Neversgain, and we are going to be looking at the booby trap, the strip club. We're going to be looking at the theatre, and we're going to be looking at the oil refinery. And here we go, arriving at the booby trap now. The main aim is to visit these 3 POIs in the space of around 24 hours to give you a view of what these POIs have. And also we're going to strip these down as much as we can, grab as much loot. We're really going to grab and go, so they're going to be quick visits to each of the POIs. And before we get started, let's just clear out the locals here. Where did you come from? Here we go, big boy. We missed it. Oh, took it like a champ. Let's just get parked right outside there. Let's have a look here. Oh, somebody else. And another one down. When visiting the strip club, you should be very careful. The main thing to worry about is your wife or missus finding you here. That's the #1 rule. But secondly, there's also landmines outside and landmines inside. So we're just going to be very careful as we approach here. We are just heading to the back because I know there's a chemistry station. So I just want to grab that first of all. Now there's a suspicious looking cooking pot down here as well. I'm just going to test it because sometimes I think there's going to be a landmine, but there's probably not, so we can probably just pick this up right now. Yeah, there you go, just a harmless cooking pot. As you can see, as we approach the stage here, there is a landmine on the stage, so don't get caught on with that. We'll deal with that in a second. Bang, there we go. I just see in the distance there is a pig walking around, so I'm just going to go and get him. Be back in a second. Just back now after getting the pig. We've been a bit short on meat really, so I wanted to grab that pig. And before we start looting, I just want to drop down a wood frame here. And we're going to put a storage chest on here. This will allow us to loot and dump everything in the chest that we find, with a plan to picking it all up on the way back home. What I'm going to do now is going to loot everything inside, take everything to pieces. It's going to get a little bit messy, so I'll just speed this up now. it's morning now. We have taken that whole place apart. We have got lots of great loot. It's worth mentioning, if you didn't notice, there is a landmine in front of the vending machine and also a landmine behind the back door. I believe there is a landmine also outside the building, near the trolley. Now, we didn't see that because I think the zombies usually take that out when they're just walking around, so just be careful when you're walking outside there. What I'm going to do now is just start to prepare for the next POI. I'm going to start by taking some meat here, and we're going to bring everything out that we can do, and we're going to combine it with the chest outside. That way we only have one location to come back to. Just going to sort the inventory there. There's quite a few bits of wood that have been moving around. And we'll start by taking items that we know when we get to the next POI we're going to find multiple items of this as well, so we might as well combine it all together there and then. Okay, we are ready to roll. The next step is the theatre, and again we are on the west side of Nerisgain, and we are just on the furthest main road to the west, and we are currently heading south. Just going to jump out and check what's in this car right here. Brass car radiator, definitely something to do with the brass for all the bullets we need to make. See what we can move around here. We'll just check here. I thought I heard somebody sneaking up on me. Yep, there he is. Just gonna deal with him. Yeah, and we're just gonna use this pickaxe. Mix it up a bit. Bit of scrap plastic there. Always handy. And I'm just going to take a pistol because we need to start getting our pistol skills up. And when I get to the next POI, I do want to mix it up a bit and do something a bit different from the Spike Club. And we just see a deer at the side of the road. I'm going to let this guy live. We've got a tight deadline. We need to hit the 3 POIs in the 24 hours. So we're just going to keep on rolling at the moment. Always time for a quick stop to look in the car. You never know what you're going to get. Coffee beans, we don't need them. Let's chuck them out. Maybe next time we'll get something a bit better. Yeah, we'll have a quick look in here. And there you go, mining helmet, perfect. Decent quality too. Now I just want to set some wood spikes going. Just going to use these to clear out the next POI. This is always handy when you first start the game and you've got a lot of zombies and you want to take a POI quite fast, and maybe you don't have too many arrows or you don't want to fight them one-on-one too much. As we come down here, we're actually approaching another POI. This is the electric company, I believe. We are not going to look at this POI today. One reason really, this is quite common in the random gem map, so you probably see them a lot. And to be honest, it was one I forgot about. But it does make this particular stretch of road extremely good, so if you find yourself on this side of the map, definitely head down this way. You're going to find a lot of resources, a lot of cool places to start a base. Approaching on the right is the theatre. We are just going to take out the queues outside. Now we're just going to drop these water spikes down here. As I said before, they're quite a useful way of clearing out a POI. It gives you a bit of breathing space, and you can just sit back and let the spikes do the work, and then pick up the pieces afterwards. Come in, dog. Sit. I think this is the last one. Let's make it ready. Gonna have a quick saw down here, and looking at my inventory now, I can see that I did actually have a load of wooden spikes on me, so I didn't need to make them earlier on, but they're always going to be useful back at the base, so there's no harm done. And we're going to put out the usual storage chest, so anything we can loot we can just drop back here, and we can pick it all up in one run on the way home. Just dumping everything in here now, ready to clear some space for the loot run when we go inside the theatre. But first, a bit of clear up on the outside. Remember to always skin those animals with your knife in order to get the extra materials, the animal hide, the bones, and the fat. Okay, so we're just going to speed this up a little bit as we go through the theatre. And we're back now, just putting everything in the chest, ready to go again to the next POI. Sorry if that's a bit of a quick visit. We just want to give you a little bit of a flavour of the POI and the main things that you can find there. As you saw, the mobile spotlights, there was a number of mobile spotlights that you can get by using the wrench. The other highlights really the working stiffs crate and also a gun safe within the theatre. So a lot of good loot to be found there. And that was a very strange noise. That's what I hate about the wasteland. A lot of weird noises. So let's get moving. The next POI I'm going to show you is the oil refinery. Now this particular POI is a bit of a sore spot for me. I've only been one at a time. And I was 60 days into the game without a death. And I came down here. I came just as it was approaching daylight. But the zombies were still running. And I got caught by a number of dogs, and although I pre-packed a shotgun, I forgot to reload the shotgun, and so I found myself dead. And my bag was down here, my mini bag was down here, and I had to trek all the way back down. So it's a bit of a sore spot for me, but I'm going back now, and I'm going to take revenge on some people. And we're just going to bust our way in here. It's probably worth mentioning that game where I did die. It was a different game than this, so you'll notice that everything was untouched. This particular game, we're 180 days in. I've not actually had a death, but I've been playing very cautiously. And as you can see here, look at all these gas cans. It is completely worth venturing down to this location just to get these. Especially if you find yourself joining a game. It's usually an untouched location. Or probably more importantly, if you are hosting a survival game online, it's worth visiting this location and picking these up before somebody else does, because if somebody drops all these in your base and boom, no more base. Now I'm not actually going to speed up the going through this location because I think it's one of the best POIs. It's worth seeing everything it has to offer and just seeing the base potential really. The amount of space you've got here, you could have workbenches, forges, everything up and running here. I'm just down onto the roof now. Sorry about that, it's just the knitting together of the different videos from the Xbox. It's not meaning to speed it up or miss out bits, but there was nothing major missed there. And it's useful going to this I don't know what you call it, tanker here. You can see there's a hatch there, but if you hit that, you're going to be hitting it all day. So you just hit next to it. Simple, easy access. Just make sure you drop down onto the ladder or else you're going to break a leg. And you've got this guy here who's disappointingly not got anything. Just going to make ourselves a way out of here. As you can see, again, nice and easy to get through this. And then you've got here, you've got the gun store crate. And another gun store crate. And you got a handy little desk safe here. And we'll go through here now. Looks like there's some computers that we can wrench. Always go through electrical parts, electrical components. I just want to hit through here, see if there's anything inside, see what it's made of. Just your standard iron. Let's see what's inside. A whole lot of nothing. Oh well. Back to wrenching. Just while we've got a bit of time here, if you watched the last episode, we took a look at the pirate ship, which I've been making, a bit of a side project really, and we did say that we were going to take on a horde from that. We still definitely are taking on a horde. We've got a number of volunteers now. We just need to time it right, where the horde's ready, and also get the volunteers online to make sure they're all in position ahead of the horde night. So that'll be coming very soon. Just coming back up here, I want to see if there's a way to get out onto the roof. See if there's any air conditioning units, anything like that. I'm not going to bother with these computers now. I think we've got enough parts from that. So I'm just going to nerd pull up here. Oh, we've hit the roof. Just take that out there. There we go, onto the roof now. Nothing of real interest, apart from this big tower over here. It's definitely calling me. I'm going to have a look over at that. There's no quick and easy way down, so I'm going to have to take the long road. Don't fancy breaking a leg, we'll just drop down here. And let's take a look. Is there any ladders? Yep, we have some ladders here. And yeah, I suppose before we break it down, we better go up first. Quite a good view from up here. I've actually fallen off. That's my dodgy controller. It's got a mind of its own at the moment. Let's just get up here, see if there's anything else we can see. In case there's anything hidden up here. No, nothing really, just concrete poles. That's quite disappointing. I think I know what I'm going to have to do here. Sounds like we might have some company as well, but I think they're outside the gates. The fences even. Again, another good reason this is a decent base. You've got the fences there that will keep them at bay. Just going to take this apart now. There's one, there's two, and timber! There she goes. Look at this thing of beauty. Damn, somebody's gonna have to clean up the mess. But it's totally worth the iron, so I'm gonna do that now. Okay, so that's all the iron gone. I think that's pretty much everything here with this POI. I hope you found it interesting and useful that we've had a quick look at these 3 POIs in roughly 24 game hours, maybe a bit over. I'm not sure what time we started, but I just wanted to give you a flavour really of what is out there on the west coast of Neversgain and the type of loot that you can get. And how quick you can really hit a POI, get in, get out, get home, and get some meat stew on the table. So we're just going to head back now. I'm going to pick up all the pieces off camera and head back to base. Thank you for watching this episode, and if you like what you see, please hit subscribe, hit the like button. There's plenty more to come, hints, tips, and some more builds that we've got going on. And of course we've got the Horde to take on, which we'll be doing very shortly from the pirate ship, among some other projects I've got ongoing. So it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good anyway. I hope you do too. And if there's anything you want to see, just hit me up in the comment section and we can see what we can do. Thank you.